How to melodic dubstep. Step 1. Understanding your idea. First, you need to understand your idea, your genre, and your style. For example, I'm writing a bit of nostalgic melodic dubstep, and since I've already developed my style, I'll write in that style. Step 2. Melody, chords and mood. So I'm going to start with nostalgic chords on soft piano. In the upper voice of the chords, I'll start writing a calm melody. I will add a strum effect, Alt+S, to make the piano even more nostalgic. I will also add a more moving counter melody in a separate pattern. I'll do the same for the melody and chord variations. Step 3. Structure. I have chosen a structure. Intro, 8 bars. Teaser, 16 bars. Build up, 8 bars. Drop, 32 bars. In this video I'm going to take apart the first part of this song, because the second part is not finished yet. Step 4. Intro. For the intro I put the melody and chords on the piano. For more energy I add an atmospheric arpeggio with melody on the kalimba, because why not? Don't forget to add ambience and transitions. Your intro should sound like this. Step 5. Teaser. Hold the listener's attention by chopping chords and adding a counter melody to the teaser. Automate the kalimba volume to fade it out. Also add bass and cut the low frequencies of the piano by automating. Add some strings for more atmosphere. Explain the drop idea in the teaser by adding synths. Add hi-hats and eventually the whole drum part to keep the energy up. Automate the filter on the kick and the filter on the snare to save energy for the build-up. Do the same for your synths. You can also automate the sidechain power. Add fill at the end to get to the build-up. Step 6. Build up. Start by selecting a cool snare. Arrange it for a build-up drum part, then add a snare pitch automation. Also automate the sidechain power. I'll also add the build-up snare to the fill. Automate the filter of the melody synth to not overload the build-up. I'll add this guitar for further development. Make the piano play even faster and automate its volume. Change the kalimba notes to chords and automate the volume. Automate the volume of the bass and the high-pass filter on the master. Finally, add a riser. Leave only the synths on the pre-drop and automate its filter. The result should look something like this. Step 7, Drop, Part 1. Let's start with the drums again. Find a powerful kick and even more powerful than in build-up, snare. For more power you can layer your drums. Don't forget the side chain. Also add hi-hats, I use trap ones. And add cymbals. Let's move on to the more interesting part, the synths. We will have 4 main layers, melody lead, chord synth and 2 secret sauces. For the first 2 layers, we're going to need one each of a very detuned layer that has only a few unisons. And one each of a not so detuned layer that has about 7 to about 13 unisons. I also add this phase modulation based layer to the lead and this also phase modulation based layer to the chords. My first chord stack trick will be having an arpeggio as a layer. And for more effect, I'm going to add ambience as one of the main layers. Let's move on to the basses and the gap fillers. So add a powerful, saturated sub. It should be our mono low-end bass for all synths and basses in the drop. Cut the sub frequencies of all the basses so that they do not conflict with our sub. The first bass I'm going to add will act as a chord accompaniment. To create it, you'll need the free plugin effect called Spectral Compressor. I'll use it to morph a bass growl and a synthesizer arpeggio. For almost all other gap fillers you will also need this plugin. And it's not so easy to download from GitHub. But I will show you one gap filler. For this I use the paid plugin Serum. But it can be replicated in a free synth like Vital. The first oscillator with an almost noise wavetable modulates the phase of the second oscillator, which uses a sine wave. I use a low-pass plus notch filter. The only specific FX are hyper and flanger, which are modulated with LFOs. For the drop, I suggest to add more automations, like LPF frequency automation for chords. Step 8, Drop, Part 2. In the second part of the drop I won't have a lot of stuff. Firstly the same drums but without the hi-hats. Secondly, the same sub. Thirdly, I will bring back the strings you already know. I'll also bring back the kalimba for the atmosphere. And as the lead instrument I will use the guitar, which you also know from the build-up. So that's it for today. If you didn't understand something or if you want to know more about something, write it in the comments. In this video we got to the point where you can, for example, add vocals and where you can start experimenting, so good luck. Bye.